Dear viewers, welcome to my channel again. Today we are lucky to have some visitors who are with us here today. As you might have already seen, that we are going to talk about the challenges of integration in Denmark for those who are living in this country as foreigners. And so let me start by welcoming my brother Joseph, present himself, who he is, what he does, and then we will welcome our main guest who will be talking to us about the whole thing to do with integration, because she does also work in the same industry. So welcome, Bios.
Thank you very much. My name is Bios Nabiai, and I'm representing the group of refugees called Refugee Forum. In this group, we are talking about the rights of refugees in Denmark and everywhere. We know that the refugee rights, they are also human rights. And today we are going to talk about integration in Denmark. So welcome to everyone who is ready to listen to us. So you will find yourself, if you are living in Denmark, so you will benefit from this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And how do we, if we want to meet you, if there's anyone has a question or they have a concern, how can they get hold of you?
You can contact me using my number or my email. I'm
What's your
always
number, sir?
ready to pick up your phone if you want to call me or if you want to write to me.
He will be ready to pick you up and you can write to him. His telephone number will be down here. I'll put it shortly, and then that will be all right. Now, let us welcome our sister, ever smiling. You know, I, I, I enjoy just talking to her, because there is no way you can be angry. I don't even know if she has ever been angry, because every time I see her
Oh
just
yeah,
with that
yeah.
beautiful smile, right? So welcome, my sis.
Thank you so much, Dr. Elijah. You make me laugh, more laughing.
Yeah,
I will try to behave myself not to laugh.
please
Thank you
do.
so much. Thank you so
Don't
much.
behave, just give us laughter. We need that every single day. People are stressed in these countries, so we need somebody who can give us that time to laugh. It is
All right.
very, it's a cue,
Oh,
and it's very important to us.
all right. All right. So, thank you so much. My name is Selina. I'm from Tanzania and lived in Denmark for so many years, many years, more than 28 years. Uh, I have two children, or I have bachelor in social work. In this bachelor I decided to open my own company,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time I work as a social worker. At the
What
same
does
time
your
I
own
work as,
company,
yeah,
your
my
own company, what does
company,
it, what is the name of your own company? What do you
my
do?
yeah, my company, it's called the Sekobe. It was multi-ethnic, but now it is a Sekobe consultant,
Mm-hmm.
because you can't find that website no more. But what
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing in my company is to support people, is to talk to people, to talk to foreigners most. And
Mm-hmm.
what my main cause is just like to prevent kids to be taken away from their family. So
Okay.
I try to counsel people, how are we going to prevent these things to happen, because the family is very important. When you take kids from their family, then you have already damaged this child. So what
Mm-hmm.
can we do to prevent this? And I know most of these cases is because of lacking of information. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I do this counseling. Also, I do talk, translating. So there are many things I do. If you want, you can have more information through my website. Also, I have my YouTube channel. In this
Mm-hmm.
YouTube channel, I talk.
What's the name of your website? What's your name of your YouTube channel, please?
YouTube channel, you can find me, Selina Machundo Nielsen, when you
Just like your names there.
just like my name.
Uh-huh.
And I concentrate more about talking motivation, talking
Mm-hmm.
about lifestyle, talking about the challenges we face as foreigners, our
Mm.
culture, and everything, mental health as well.
Mm.
So just follow me in my YouTube channel. We can talk, but we have cooperation with Dr. Elijah, so you
Mm.
will always get, if there is interesting or interview, then we will
Mm.
contact you guys. So that is in short.
Excellent. Excellent.
Mm.
But you talked about the website. What is your website name again?
My website, it is only www.sekobe.dk.
Sekobe.
Yes.
Sekobe is
SE.
SECOBE.
Yes.
Sekobe. Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
My
I'll try and
number
put it down
22
there. The
22
number is
22
22
30
30
9448. Mm.
9448. Is it not
Yes.
too long?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, okay. I can see it's 8 numbers. 22 30 94 48.
Yes.
Excellent. We'll put it down there for people who want to listen to it. So thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
for
Now,
having me. Thank you for having me.
thank you so much. We really appreciate your time. I know you are a very busy lady. Even though people can see you smiling here, you are a busy human being around, traveling all over the world, you know. So I know you
I
are very
am.
experienced.
I
Yeah.
am everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Let's just start with what you just said about preventing children to be
Mhm.
taken from their families. I know that this trend is growing. I even met somebody yesterday
Yes.
uh, who just told me he was living in one of the communes here. I don't
Yeah.
want to mention it.
Yeah.
And he told me how he was forced to move because they were pushing him. They wanted to take the kids from him. So he had to move from that one commune to another commune quickly.
Mm.
So this
Mm.
is something that you didn't prepare for. You have moving here, you require a lot of money. You need to
Mm.
have not less than 10,000, around 10,000 US dollars if you are to
Yeah.
move in a new house and all
Mm.
this stuff. So what can parents do to avoid all this stuff? Because we were talking about integration today, and we started
Mm.
by asking that we have so many people who are here. We have foreigners who came here as a
Mm.
family reunification because they got married to Danish people,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
maybe the others came here for education, others came here because of maybe work, and others
Mm.
came here just as refugees.
Mm.
All of these people, when we reach here, we are in the same bundle. The
Yes, we
laws
are.
that are made here, we have the same challenges here, and we
Yes.
face all these challenges, and we find that
Mm.
our friends here, they have already some kind of bias information that they got in
Mm.
their medias and everywhere. So
Mm.
they have a way they look at us, and yet we want to integrate. Some are confusing even integration and assimilation. So please
Mm.
just start by there. What can somebody do when you come here as a foreigner to try and be you, not
Mm.
losing your identity, but at the same time trying to find your way in this country? Just
Mm.
briefly. Mm.
Oh, okay, all right. I think what you say about the challenges we face, yes, it is for both, whether you are married or you are refugees.
Mm.
Because when we come to the new country, you have to learn. First thing,
Mm.
you have to learn the language.
Language, yeah.
When you
Mm-hmm.
learn the language, then you can integrate. But
Mm-hmm.
how are you going to find out that I have to learn? Because there are other people are coming here like au pairs, they are coming here like wives or men or all these kind of things. So when
Mm-hmm.
you come here, it depends which one is your host.
Mm.
Yeah, if you a husband, it means that husband will show you the way. Maybe
Mm.
they don't know so much because I also got other people who are asking, even though they are Danish people. But you have to find if you can say that start from Comuna, because there you are going to get your yellow card. Or this yellow card, they only give quick to children if you have children. So children will get it, and then elderly will get later. It's because they know that kids will get sick.
Maybe for those
Oh,
who are following us outside who
mm.
are not familiar with Denmark, what do
Yeah,
you mean by yellow card?
yellow
Is it
card
the fever
is
yellow card or what is it? I know
not.
what you mean, but for those who are not Danish, they must not understand what you mean by yellow card.
I mean, yellow card is the identity card. It is the ID card for Denmark. And this
Mm.
card, you use it when you go to hospital. You know, you are registered in Denmark. Then you get this card. It is for everybody.
And it
It
has
is for
those
everybody.
that CPR number. What is that
CPR
CPR
number.
number and what do we use it for?
Yeah, yeah. So you have that unique number, they will identify you everywhere. But their
Mm.
giving is very quick to children because
Mm.
they know that kids have to start school, maybe they will get sick, all these things, and the
Mm-hmm.
others will follow. So
Mm-hmm.
language is important. And then other information, me, I will tell people maybe to go to library if Comuna will not provide you the information, because
Mm.
I know they are always holding those information. You need someone to show you that here you need to do this and this and that. If I
Mm.
go back myself, it wasn't Comuna. Of course, someone sent me a letter and say that you have to join a language school. But
Mm-hmm.
other things, because I was quick enough, I was finding myself in internet. So for those
Mm-hmm.
who are here as your pair, I know your boss will help you to find information. But as a refugee, I know that you have also someone who is picking you up. It means this person have to give you the information you need. But if
Mm-hmm.
they want to provide this information, then push them that I need to get information. Can you find someone who can help me? I think this is the only way you can have those information. I
And
don't know if
that's
mm,
why there is an office like your office.
yeah.
Your office is called
Mm,
Sekobe. That's
mm,
why there is that office that if you don't have that information, and I think this is a
mm,
serious problem some of us we have
mm,
because we are not humble enough to try and seek information from other people. And I
mm,
was telling you in the last session that we had in Swahili that we
mm,
just learned in the last meeting that we have last Saturday that for those of us or for foreigners who came here not as wives or husbands of a Danish
mm,
person, because if you are married
mm,
to a Danish person and you get a
mm,
child with them, they're automatically Danish and they
mm,
have some rights, of course. But if
mm,
you came here maybe with a child who
mm,
was not Danish, even if you are married to a Danish person, that child needs still to go into the system and understand some of the things to be done. Or if you
mm,
came here maybe as for work and you came with your family, now you have a child here who is a foreigner like any other person, and the laws to get a permanent residence here or maybe to get nationality is very complicated here.
mm,
But if that child attends 18 years here and they have been to the
mm,
primary school, they are done, they have started going to gymnasium, which is the secondary school in
mm,
this country, that they have a chance, they have that window of between 18 and 19 to go and apply for this permanent residence or apply for nationality, and the chance of getting it is high. But how many of us have that information? We don't.
No,
And that's why
no
we
one.
have this place, so that we can talk to people, give them some of the offices that we have. We have you with SECOB to help people integrate. We have a brother Elocho who is doing law, and
Yeah.
we have a law firm who can help
Yes.
people with legal stuff. We have a brother Yos here who is doing things to do with refugees, who can help them. But we are not humble enough to try and ask what we don't. So
No. Mm.
now we have the information here that we will share with people about your office. And if you don't have the information, you can write it on our wall, on our YouTube wall or Facebook, where we are talking now, and request that information. Then you can go to a person like Sister Celine Nielsen, and she will help you with the information. And the good thing, she says, it's free. And my question to you, why are you giving free? And how does your company survive if you are giving free services?
Yeah, it is free, not as free as such,
Yeah.
because my client, in fact, it is Comuna.
Okay.
Comuna who send clients to me.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it is not direct. Someone will come to me and then I will charge those people. But I can give them information.
Uh-huh.
I can give them information that okay, you are maybe in a when children they are in kindergarten, that red alarm will start. Why I call red alarm? Because those pedagogues, what they call them, they will start to ask them questions, so many questions. So when they
Those
start to
those
ask
are direct questions.
those direct questions,
Mm.
so parents, we need to speak to children and hear them every
Mm.
day.
Mm.
What did you say? How was your day today? That
Uh-huh.
kid, maybe he will tell you that, they asked me one, two, three. And
Yeah.
this is alarm that, okay, what next? It means they are on the mission.
Mm.
They are on the move,
Mm.
that we need to go after this family.
Mm.
So those things I will try to talk to those people. What another thing they are doing, that they are not educating parents.
Mm.
They are not educating parents. They are speaking to children. When you
Mm.
tell a child at here, you have your right.
Mm.
Here, your father is not going to do anything to you. If he's doing this, you come here, we will talk to you, we will do this, we will do that. These
Yeah.
kids, they know nothing. When they come home and tell their parents, even me, that mom, you can't be stemmer. Is that way they say? You
Yeah.
cannot.
You don't decide. You can't
You
decide on me.
Yeah, I will do it myself. So
Mm.
here, what conflict is that? But
Mm.
because you didn't educate a father or mother to know it, it means before you go to a child and tell him or her that you have this right, this blah, 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 talk to parents and tell them that we are in this country, we have one, two, three, four, and then from there, you can take to kids, because this will provoke a father or mother that, why are you telling me not to smack you or not to spank you? He or she will spank those kids because
Mm.
they don't know nothing. So
Mm.
these things we need to talk. We need to. That's why I said, let me use this platform to educate these parents
Mm.
before it's too late.
Mm.
So that's
Mm.
why we can prevent. We
Mm.
can prevent when parents have the good information, good, because this is not new. In Europe, they used to beat kids. They just
Yeah.
stopped 50
And
years
to
ago.
be clear,
Yeah.
it's not only children or foreigners who are taken from their parents.
No.
Children are taken even from the Danish. The difference between us and the Danish is that the Danish are in their country, they're in their society, and most of them, in most cases, don't have even more than one child. But us, the problem is first, if one child, if they have an issue with one child, they take all your children. Maybe you have 4, 5 children, like we do in African society. Then they take all your children. The bad part of it is that they don't take those children and put them in one family. They dispatch them in different families, which means they have already destroyed that bond, that family bond that the kids had, because this one is in that family, the other one is that family, brought up by different mothers, you know, and these different mothers, you don't know what they're feeding these children. So this becomes very serious. And secondly, it's traumatizing, because when you are here, you don't have family. Maybe you came here alone, and your family is in Africa. Your family is your children, you know. Now, when they take these children, they can take a child of a Danish person, but the Danish person still have relatives. They have their brothers, their sisters, their dad, their mom, their cousin. They are with them here. But here, when they take your kids, have nothing. You see, so it becomes more torturing and more serious as far as we are concerned. That's why it's so important for us to know these things, to us, and to prevent instead of waiting for things to happen, so that we start fighting with it. That's why it's important visiting Celine and her office, visiting some of us here, talk to us, and then we can refer you to people like Celine who can help you and who can guide you from finding yourself into this difficult situation you are in.
Yes.
Because this is a problem that most of us we are facing in this country.
Yeah, very true, my brother. And because we are not so open, because you think you have to understand the culture here. Many Africans, when they come here, they are already throw everything and think that, oh, now I'm Danish. You know, now I'm Danish.
Talk to us about that. About people who come, they throw their culture, they throw out their even their names, you know, they throw even their language. Talk about what is the consequence of that, of doing that?
There is the consequences, because you don't have identity, you don't have culture. Why don't you throw your own culture? Is it normal here? Because you have to be proud of who you are. You have to culture. It is a gift from God. You have to culture. You can balance. You can see that in my culture we are doing this. In this culture they are doing this. What am I going to take from here, which I can learn? And what am I going to say, maybe this one of my culture, maybe yes, this one I'm doing wrong. So how am I going to learn to take this new knowledge? That is how it makes who you are. You have your identity, you have your culture, you have your language. Please keep it. Please keep it. Because this one will help you to identify who you are.
No, otherwise, maybe people, because of integration, I just want to be a Danish person, right?
You
because
can't
I'm coming to Denmark. I've had people saying, this is now my new home, you know?
Yes.
This is my country. But the question is Danish, does Danish accept multicultural? Do they even accept that the Danish society is multicultural? Because now maybe you are from Africa, you are here. Some few people are from the Asia, the Arabic country are here. Does that make this country multicultural? Do the Danish people know themselves as a multicultural? And when you try to make yourself who you are not, and the people do not accept you, what happens of you then?
Then you get mental distress. You can't be the person you are not, because no matter what, you will never be a Danish. You will never be a Danish. Yes, you live in this country. You have to follow rules. You have to follow laws. You have to, you have to follow those things. You can't break laws.
Mhm.
But you need to keep your culture. You need to keep your customs. You
Uh-huh.
need to keep your identity. You will
Because
never
your
be
identity is you. That's what
it is
defines you as a
unique.
person.
It is unique. It is
Mm.
you. Only you.
Mm.
There is no one else will be Selena. It will be only me, Selena. So if you want to be Selena, keep it as Selena.
Selena
Don't,
Machundo. Add
yeah,
that one.
I'm
Yeah.
so proud. I'm so
Mm.
proud to be Selena Machundo. You
Mm.
know, even
Mm.
though I have this passport. Why I
Yeah.
took this passport, it was because you people with family knows, because
Mm.
children, they travel, they have to go
Mm.
to school trip here and there. My passport
Mm.
was hindering to my
Mm.
child. Every
Mm.
time you need to apply visa, you need to do this, or they stopping them. You know, it was that issue I
Mm.
decided to take passport. So to
Mm.
make it easier to him.
And you are lucky that time it was easier. Today it's
Very
even
easy.
more complicated getting that
Very,
nationality.
very easy. Imagine the police came to my house to drink coffee. It was
Hey.
the interview. He came to
No?
drink coffee, and then he said to me, "This is the interview." He signed my papers and say, "You can apply. You are Danish citizen."
Just like that.
Just like that. Just
Uh,
like that. That time,
uh,
you know.
today you know how much money you must spend. You
I
pay
don't
money
know.
first for
I paid 1,000.
you see. You see? And
And
today you pay thousands of money first
mm,
for permanent residence. You
mm,
pay thousands of money for 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 citizenship, and they have made it so
so
impossible.
hard.
They've made so many laws that it
Mm.
is almost not difficult, but almost impossible to get.
They
You
change
know.
so much rules. You were saying about children who are 17, they are now in transition to go
Mm,
18, 19.
mm,
But what I
mm,
know, if I could advise these young people, they
mm,
can start process
mm.
for Danish citizen when they are 17,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
because it
Mm-hmm.
takes 18 years. No, sorry, 18 months
Yeah.
to
Okay. Mm,
process the citizenship. So
yeah.
it means you don't have that big gap. If you
You
start in
don't.
17, you will be doing all this paper. They want paperwork, whatever. They go to parliament. Parliament will go from one stage to next stage. Then when they come to give you this, it is already 18 months. So you are
Mm,
18. You
mm,
see, you are 18
mm,
or
mm,
19. So you don't have
mm,
so much gap here to lose. But most
mm,
of people, they don't know. This is what I did. I didn't wait for, I think it was 5 years I started. I was
mm,
supposed to be 7 years, but I started when I was 5 years.
mm.
I put my application, so it took that time. It took, we didn't care. But when I even didn't reach 7 years, I already got my citizenship.
That's a
Mm.
very important clarification that you have brought, because sometimes you don't look at things the same thing, and that's why the
Mm.
only thing I think I love so much about this country's education system, even so
Yeah,
you finish with the education and you don't get a job, but I
yeah.
like the fact that when you are studying, they encourage this group work. So everything that you do in group, and even
Mm.
at work as well, you work with other
Everywhere.
people, because
Mm.
you might not see the
Mm.
information the same way your colleague will see it. So you
Mm-hmm.
just brought in something here that, of course, the law says between 18 and 19. So you only
Mm.
have about 12 months to
Yeah,
have this thing done.
done.
So you
Yeah,
are bringing in a new part, a new a new touch,
yeah.
that waiting until you are 18 is too late.
It's too
Why don't
late.
you start as when you are 17, or
Yeah,
maybe you
17
are
and a
16,
half.
you want to be
Eh.
18, say
Mm.
17, you
Mm.
start applying by that time. So you have a
Mm.
full year in
Mm.
and off. They will tell you it's early, you need to be 18,
Yeah.
but you will ask them, then what do I need? They'll tell you you
Yes.
need this document, you need that document, and that
Yeah.
document. You
Yeah.
provide those documents or
Yeah. Yeah.
money. So you
Yeah.
start doing this. By the time you are
Slowly.
18, you
Yeah.
have already built up your case.
Yeah.
And then everything that they needed, they have
They
to
have it.
decide that they can give you this nationality.
Yes.
It's very
Yes.
important,
It
very,
is.
very important. Thank you so
Yes.
much. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Now,
Yeah.
there are family refugees here who
Mm,
came here, and the laws has not been so good about them because the
mm,
government is doing everything to frustrate people. I think that's
yes.
the intention, to
Yeah.
frustrate the people who came here as refugees. And
Mm,
so now you find that when first you came here as a refugee, not only you are given a longer period of time
mm,
to live here as a citizen before as a resident before you can
mm,
apply for extension. In fact, in
mm,
other countries like America or Canada
mm,
or
mm,
Australia, if
mm,
you get you get a resettlement in other country before even you land in that country, you already have a permanent residence. So you reach
mm.
there automatically, you have a permanent residence. That's not the case in Denmark. First, it was
No.
8 years, then 5 years, then
Mm,
2 years. You know, so it
mm,
means every 2 years you have to renew your papers. The same, you could be given a passport and
mm.
not a passport. They call it a prem pass or document for aliens. So traveling
And
document, they call it here. So that
can
travel
I ask
document you
you?
could have a validity of 5 years. They
Mm,
reduced it to 2 years. Now, yesterday, a friend of mine received a passport traveling document of her child
yeah.
who is on who is only 12 years, and she was given only 1 year,
1 year.
which means technically that they are giving this child only 6 months.
Yeah.
Because if you are applying for a visa, the visa
Mm,
must be at least 6 months
yes.
prior to the
Valid.
expiration
Mm,
date. Yeah, expiry
yeah.
date.
Yeah.
So 6 months, is it really reasonable?
Is
Is it not
not.
another way of
Mm,
telling this child that you have no right to travel? Even if the other children travel, you can't travel.
mm.
How can a parent of this child concentrate knowing that their children are in a situation like this one? Because you are talking about integration. Give us your thought.
My thought, I think here there is two motives.
Mm,
What I see. Can
mm.
I ask you how much you pay? Every
Uh,
time you pay
every time
money,
you
isn't
pay
it?
money, yeah, you pay money
Yeah,
every time you want
yeah.
to
So
extend.
one thing is
Mm,
revenue
uh-huh,
because they want to make money.
mm-hmm,
Yeah, this is one motive. And
mm-hmm,
another, in my opinion, another thing, they say that a refugee, as a refugee, it means one day you will go
you have
back
to go
home.
back home.
But you are not going home today or tomorrow. So
Mm-hmm,
when you start this from 2 years, 1 year, every year you have to apply, every year you have to, the whole family, maybe you have 5 children, 6 children, how
mm-hmm.
much money you are paying for this?
And
It
even
is,
the time, because
mm,
they don't
mm,
send the notification for all the children at once. They will
no,
send for this once,
yeah,
maybe in January, the other
yeah,
one in March, the other
yeah,
one in May. So it
yeah,
means every day you will be just going through, going to the office of the
mm,
immigration. When
yeah,
will you work if you have five
you
children or
can't,
6 children?
you can't work because they want to frustrate you. They are frustrating you. That's why I think they make this one, they say repatriation.
Mm.
They make this because when when they are frustrating you, you will decide that okay, let me take this repatriation money
Go
and
back
go back
home.
home.
Okay, I
So
got you.
they are done.
Mm.
Because when just try to imagine one child, they are using like I don't remember the whole statistic, but I think like 40 million per one person.
Mm-hmm.
You will go to school, you
Mm-hmm.
will go to college, you
Mm-hmm.
have to work maybe. If not, you are going to pension, you are hospital, all these things. If
Mm-hmm.
they give you 4 million today, 5 million, that go back home is a lot of money. You will say, okay, let me go. But the state have already saved more than 50 or 80 millions per year.
Exactly.
So this is the way to frustrate people. Then you will say that, okay, let me go home because this is too much. Or you will say, now I can't take it. It is too much for me. You start to get sick. You start to get to be isolated. You know, there's so many factors will come after all this thing. It is a frustration. You can't work. You will be always concentrating. Now I need to apply. If I don't apply, they will send me out. If I don't apply, you know, it is a
Well,
constant
they
fight.
send a letter to my one year child. They send him a letter. You are living illegally in
Ah,
Denmark, right? So just come
wow.
on, come on. This is a child who was born in this country. They know no other place like a home. The only place they know home is Denmark. And then you dare sending them a letter like you are living here illegally, even though
Illegal.
you don't want us here.
He
Why do
can't
they then
even.
go and bring these people? Because these refugees are not people who brought themselves here. They went,
Yeah.
they go and
they,
take them. Why take them if you know you will frustrate them? Why don't you just stay in Denmark and let these people be?
Instead of sending letter and say that you are living here illegal, I
Yeah.
think they should say that your child is living here like 1, 2, 3. What you have to do as a parent, you have to do 1, 2, 3. This is not the case they are telling you. They are
No.
just telling you that you are living here illegal. 1 year. What
And
EU? What EU
and you
says?
know,
Yeah,
before
yeah,
before maybe this is an information I'll be giving you also because you're working with foreigners, with refugees, of course, who
yeah,
are the customers of the commune.
yeah,
Before they used to you use yourself to apply 3 months
yeah,
prior to your extension, your expiry date of your documents, whether it's
yeah,
your passport or your apostille. That's when
yeah.
you are supposed to
To
apply.
apply.
But now they changed the law. You are not even allowed to apply. You know, it's themselves to see that Matundo's document is about to finish. Then they can send you a message to tell you you are
Yeah.
not eligible to extension of your
Uh-uh.
permit in Denmark because
Uh-uh.
apparently there is peace in your country, or for one
Uh-uh.
reason or the other, you need to go back home. Or they tell you
Uh,
now you can apply for extension. So maybe they didn't write, they forgot to write, or they wrote and you didn't see the email, for example. And then the next letter they will send you, you are
uh,
living illegally in our country and you are doing everything, you are paying your tax, you are working, you are going to
yeah,
school.
yeah.
How does that help anybody to integrate, to be honest?
No one, no one. You need to ask them, did you send a letter before? I need that letter because now they can't escape. Everything is inbox.
Mm.
Everything is inbox. So they can't say to you that we have sent it by post.
Mm.
No, just have those references. Say that if you send that letter, I need that copy. I didn't receive it. I
Mm.
need that copy. But I never had any, I don't know refugees rules, but for a child, 1 year, you are telling a child is living here illegal, that
And
child can't defend herself.
you send, they send an email, exact, not even to the parent, they send an email direct, a letter direct to the child, the name of the child. Uh, of course, if they know the child can't read, you will read as a
Mm,
parent, but the
yeah,
message is addressed to the child, right? And even when you want to extend, they can't apply. They will be applying for what they call family reunification, even though they were
reunification.
born in this country.
Oh my God.
And
So
you understand that? Eh?
we need a lot here to explain. Yeah, it is.
Eh? So that I'm a woman, I go to the hospital today,
Mm,
I give birth to a child. For
mm,
that child to be accepted here, I need to go to the new in Denmark and apply for family reunification of that child born in this country.
In Denmark, yes.
In Denmark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is a sick system. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It is a sick system.
Inhumane system. To be honest.
Inhumane. Yeah.
It's
Inhumane.
inhumane.
Because
and they're not seated, they are doing everything every day to make it even worse.
I think their main, as I say to you, there is financial gain, financial gain, financial gain, and to frustrate these people. Because how are you going to concentrate, my brother? How? You can't. You have to think every time that, okay, are they coming to take my child? Are they coming to do? What are they coming to do? You know, they will come and knock in your door, or people saying you are here, your child is here illegal. What are they going to do? Are they going to take that child to foster care? It doesn't make sense.
You see?
It doesn't make sense. So these things, it is a legal issues. I think for you as a refugee, you have other rights. You can go through refugee council and see how are they saying, what rules here saying about this, because this is inhuman, like I said to you.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. And this is what the issue we have been talking with the lawyers here. They're confirming how these laws are being made every single days. And you find a refugee who, despite all these realities, they're telling their children, you need to be good at speaking Danish. And they're not teaching their children their language. Even in conditions like this, they're not, others are just busy buying plots and houses and saying, this is home. You're calling a place home where the owner of the house is telling you, you are not welcome here. The only thing they're not doing, kama vile wanasema kwa Kiswahili ya kuzaa hakwambii toka. If somebody wants to chase you, they're not go out of my land. They'll just do some stuff to show you that you are not welcome in this house, right?
Of course.
Now, what are the advantages? I think we talked about some of the advantages of being married, for example, with a Danish person. And because that is something that you have an experience about, you talked about how you were able to manage. Maybe there is this lady who wants to get married to a Danish person, or a man who wants to get married to a Danish man. What would your advice be? And as you answer that question, I have had, I'm seeing on TikTok here, many women on the continent who want to get husbands in Denmark here, in Europe. And most of them, they don't care if the man is, because there is this notion of Black people thinking that all white people are rich. Yeah. And so a friend of mine was married to one old man here, and that old man just passed away. And he had a farm, I would call it like that, a big house and stuff, but the loan was still, the mortgage was still high. Then that lady, the bank and the commune wanted her to inherit that mortgage. She refused it. She said, no, thank you. You know, so because she saw how she struggled to try and pay that mortgage when the husband was alive, and she knew that the debt was still in many millions of Danish krona. And she thought, if I continue paying this one, I might even die before I finish paying this. So I don't want it, just take it. So now those people who think when you come here, this is an old man, I'll get married to him, I'll inherit his wealth. And sometimes these people do not have any wealth. Only the things they had are debts and mortgages and all this stuff. What would you advise these people? I'm seeing you laughing.
Yes, I'm laughing because you know that people are thinking that I will make a lot of money when I'm traveling, when I get married with a white man or something like that. But
Yeah.
all this thing you see outside, cars, nice car, nice house, it is a rent. People,
Yeah.
they have borrowed money, they bought
Mhm.
it. It's not their cash.
This thing belong to banks. To be
Yeah.
just short. Yeah. When
It belongs
somebody tells you in Africa, I
uh,
own a house, they
yeah,
own that house.
it is
I own a
yours.
car, they
Mm,
own that car. In
yeah.
Europe, when you see me driving a big car, I
It's
have
not
a loan.
yours. You have
When you see me living in a mansion, I have a loan. For those of you
30
sisters
years.
and
For
brothers
30
who are in
years.
Africa,
Mm, mm.
understand, oh.
Yo, my sister, there
Yeah,
is
they need to get
always,
to understand
always.
these things.
You cannot inherit everything, because also this white or these men, they have their own family. You have to remember, they have
Exactly.
their children. They
Mhm.
write it in their will, and
Mhm.
when you come here, you have to sign. If that wealthy he accumulated before you, you need to
Mhm.
sign those papers. The
Mhm.
wealth will tell here the one you accumulate together. So this
Uh-huh.
is how it is. But
Uh-huh.
sometimes this our Danish people, they are also using women. How are
Mm.
they using them? They don't give them the information they need, because you come
Exactly.
here, you
Mm.
have to wait for your stay. Before you get that permanent stay, you can't work,
Mm.
because you have no papers
Mm.
illegally to work. So
Mm.
he will take you to his job, or
Mm.
to this black job, whatever they call it. They make money, and all the money is going to his account. You don't
Mhm.
even know how much money you are earning. You
Wow.
don't. And
Wow.
after that, a person maybe he might die, like what happened. You don't
Mhm.
have, you know nothing about this money, because the
Mhm.
first thing you have to do is to open your own account. If
Mhm.
a mother, they will always give a child support to a mother. So bank account is important, and information is important. Most of them, they make that you don't have friends who will open your eyes,
They make
and
sure you don't have any friend who will
they will
lie to
teach
open
you.
your eyes.
Uh-huh. You
Mhm.
will be isolated, and then
Mhm.
if you use the Swahili, speak it to your friend, he will be here and listening. What are you saying? What are you
Yeah.
saying? You need
Yeah.
to translate to him
Okay.
every time.
Okay.
So for
Okay.
me, that's
Eh.
why I'm telling you, you need to be you. You need to be you. Have your
Hmm.
own
Yeah,
purpose.
yeah. That was the mistake I did. I just asked you the advantages of being married to these people.
Yeah,
Anything having advantage has disadvantage. Tell us
disadvantage.
about those disadvantages, please.
You need to be you, because they will say to you that you need to speak English, Danish, or
Danish.
whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I always say this, that I have learned to speak your language. So it
Why
is
don't you
your
learn my language
turn,
as well? Eh?
speak my Swahili.
Eh-heh.
If not, I'm not going to translate anything. This is me. That is what I'm doing. No one will dictate to me what to
But
do.
this is serious. That's very important. That you came in this country,
Mm,
married a national or
yeah,
a Danish person,
yeah.
and you
Learn.
did everything you could to
Mm,
learn their
yeah.
language. And therefore, you
Yes.
can communicate in his language. And if
Yeah.
he talks to anybody, you are not worried.
Yeah.
Now, you can also teach this person your language, but they
Mm.
don't have any interest in learning your language.
They
But when
don't.
you talk to your
Mm.
brother or your
Yeah.
sister, they
Yeah.
want to know what were you talking about. That's
Yes.
not fair.
It's not fair. It's not fair. That's why I'm saying it is your turn to learn. I'm not going to be interpreter. That is
Mm.
me. That is my decision, my foundation. That
Mhm.
I'm not going to teach you. If you are not willing, I
To
will
learn.
talk my Swahili. So
Mm.
this is me. I have my language. I will talk Swahili to all my networks. I'm not
That one
going to
needs
explain.
needs a clap, needs just a standing ovation. Yeah.
Another disadvantage. You want to know
Mm.
disadvantage? maybe not what I experience, but what I hear,
Yeah.
that others, they don't even allowed to make African food in their houses.
I know. I know of a friend like that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, you are not allowed. So people will make food when a husband is not home.
Yeah, because
Me,
I have a friend of mine
mm,
who it was like a miracle. You want to visit them
yeah,
and cooking ugali. You know,
yeah,
African ugali bana.
yeah,
Cooking ugali is like a miracle. Like
you have
it's
to
they
embrace it.
visit you,
Mm,
she's
mm.
like, nisonge ugali because at least that's the chance they got to learn. And she came,
Because
and
mm,
maybe you
mm.
came with another child who is purely African. Is that
Because
fair?
if they accepted it, because if they
Yeah.
accepted it, they have this mentality that white people, they are superior. So what they are
Yeah,
telling
yeah.
you, you
Because that's
are,
the question. Why can't you say no? I'll cook
yeah,
my food. Cook your
yes,
food. I cook my ugali. I
yes,
cook my kisambu. I
yes,
cook my own food. Why do you
yes.
want me to eat
Why
your
you
food?
want me to eat yours? Yeah,
Yeah.
that
If
is,
you can't eat mine, I'll not eat yours either.
it means they have lost their identity. This is what I'm
Mm,
telling you. They have
mm,
no identity. You have
mm,
no voice. If
mm.
you have voice, you will stand by your principles. You will
Just do you
stand.
have any question? Don't just listen to us or ask me. I speak. I have a big
No,
mouth. You can always
the
come in and
time
ask any
the
question.
time also is the time is pushing us. The time.
We're
Oh,
almost done.
te-
Yeah. How
tell.
many minutes have we? Yeah, yeah. We have only 9 minutes remaining. Yeah,
Oh,
8 minutes.
use. Yeah.
So ask anything.
Yes,
And thank
I
you
think I have so many
for
questions
interrupting
about.
you, roughly, my sister.
I have so many questions about integration in Denmark, especially for people who are married with the Danish people. So this is a problem with culture also. So
Mm,
when you are going to mix this culture together,
yeah.
sometimes it doesn't match. And this is why people are suffering. I have seen so many people who are crying. They did this to me, they did this to me, but people should learn this before.
Yes.
Because the food is one of the culture.
Yes.
The clothes that we have is one of the culture that we have. But if
Yeah.
someone is telling you that you are not supposed to cook your food in my house, you are not
Mm,
to eat this in my house, I think this is a discrimination, and this is not
grotesque.
acceptable. So our people, I think they should learn before they take some decisions in their lives. They need
Mm,
to learn something about
mm.
their culture, because you cannot deny yourself. The food
You
is
can.
something you are born with, and you are
Mm,
eating. If someone
mm.
tell you are not supposed to eat this food, I think this is a very big problem. So
It is.
our
Mm,
people need to learn before they take them some decisions in their lives. This is what I want to just advise them. So we have people who has a experience with this. So
mm.
people should learn from this and take a lesson about it. Yes.
Thank you. It's very true that we need to embrace our culture. We need to show who we are. The first thing when you come to marriage, before you enter it, you have to say that, you know what, me, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is, I'm not going to compromise. And you have yours, you are not going to compromise. But food is very important. If you remember in Swahili Vision, I said that where we were born, it is our genetic. That food we got that time, we need to continue to eat it. Because if we don't eat it, then we get this lifestyle disease we are getting here, because our body are not used to eat those kind of food. So we need this kind of food. So you have to be strong as a woman. Don't let anyone dictate to you that don't cook your own food here. You can say to them that I don't like liwa style. So what is, so these things you have to be sure, you have to be strong to keep your own culture. Don't forget you are African. You will never be a Danish. Never. You will still be you. So keep your culture and customers alive. That is what I can tell them.
It's very important.
It is.
Yes.
Mm. Our host is gone. But
Because
yes,
what we can see, we have also a problem with our children who are born here in Denmark.
mm,
So most of the time when we are eating our local food, those kids they don't want to eat
to
this
eat.
food.
Yeah.
So some parents they are just they will make their own food and they make some food for the children. I
No,
think this is not very good for us.
no,
So the children should learn
to
how
eat.
to eat their local
Mm.
food.
Yes.
Yes,
I
because it's a
think
part of their culture.
it is. Because when you grew up, your mother was making food, and that food you have to eat. This is what we have learned. You are going to eat what is in the table. I'm not going to do
Yes,
extra for you. So we have to stand for this, that this food you are going to eat, that is what we have made. Until you turn 18, you can decide which food you want to eat by yourself because you can cook.
yes,
Yeah, that is my
I'm agree with
opinion.
that.
I don't know. Yeah, but me, I have already lost the other friend who said that, can I come home to you? I can make my fish. You want me, my house, to stink fish because your
Mhm.
husband doesn't allow you to make fish. I said,
Yes,
no, you take your mess with yourself, you know? So this is how it is. We need to stand for our culture.
So,
Yes, Mr. Host.
Dada, your
Mm.
friend, your
Yeah,
friend
yeah,
has her own house.
yeah,
Come on, she has
yeah,
her own house, but she can't cook food in her
yeah.
own house. She
Fish,
has
yeah,
to come and cook it in your house. What is
yeah.
that? Fearing the husband?
Fearing a
What do we
husband.
call that? Huh?
It is mental slave.
So
Why?
which means
Yeah,
that even those who are married,
yeah,
there is somehow
uh,
their partners, their spouse, not all of them. There's
uh,
some partners who still think they're superior to their
yeah.
partners because of the skin of color. And
Yes.
especially if they brought you, Simini Kuleta, I brought you in this country. You are
Mm-hmm.
only poor, you live
Yeah,
in
yeah,
jungles, you don't have this and that.
yeah.
And then
So
you
you
are
listen
also
to me.
afraid. Because I
Yeah.
hear, as we talk about this, I hear parents, when they want to punish their children, they tell you, if you don't behave, I send you to Africa. Is
Don't
that a
use
good
that.
language to tell your kids?
No, 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 no. Don't use it. Don't
Mm.
use it because you are damaging them. Don't use that word. It doesn't help at all.
Because I saw this young Maasai
Mm,
girl who was a musician, is a Kenyan, a Tanzanian.
mm,
And she said that every time they were living in England, and
mm,
every time the mother wanted to punish her, she
mm,
was telling you, I'll be sending you to Africa. And
mm.
because to her, Africa was that terrible place,
Yeah.
when she was told that she could behave quickly, and she never desired at all to
Uh,
go to Africa. In fact, I had
yeah.
also another friend, a
Mm,
student, a young lady
mm,
whose mother is a Danish girl
mm.
and whose father was from Gambia, I guess.
Yeah.
And I was asking her, what do you think? Do you identify yourself as a Danish or a
Mm.
Gambian? And she said, unfortunately, I want to identify myself as an African, but I'm not because my father never exposed me to anything to do with his culture. And
Imagine.
every
Mm,
time he talked about his culture, he talked
mm.
about it negatively.
Yeah.
So, what do
Yeah.
you tell about these parents who have this
Mm,
inferiority complex and who
mm,
do this? And that young lady,
mm.
Tanzanian, when she went to Tanzania, she realized
It's
that
so.
the Maasai people are very nice people. She
Yeah.
realized that their culture, she said, I wish I knew. I would have left that continent
Before
long, long, long before. I don't even think she wanted to go back to UK.
to Europe.
Now, what do you
Mm.
tell these parents who are damaging their children? Because we can accuse the nationals and
Government.
all we
Mm.
care, But some of the issues happening to us ourselves and to our children, even as we are talking about integration, is that we don't have time to talk to our children about the beauty of being African.
Of Africa. Yeah, yeah. Don't tell your child that if you do this, I will punish you, I'll send you back to Africa. Just take it, that word away, because you are damaging these kids, you are traumatized them. At the end, they are not going to embrace African culture. What you have to tell them, punish them as they are supposed to be punished. You can tell them that you can't play games, you can't do that, but don't use Africa as an excuse to punish your child. Don't do that.
Are all people living in Europe, do all people living in Europe have a better life than those who are in Africa? Aren't there people who are living in Africa who are living better than we are doing here?
I'm telling you, Africa is a paradise. Me, I'm exposing my children. Even now when I'm speaking, my young boy, he wants to go back to Africa. He has been there so many times, and now he's going again. I took my daughter to Africa more than 3 times, and she's dying to go to Africa. She also told her friends in school that, you know what, is not Africa, you know. These people,
Africa, you tell us in school, on radio,
they are rich.
Is not the real Africa.
She was showing what do they call Snapchat to other kids. Look where I'm sleeping. Look those cars. Look, you know, it's not like those dirty things they are showing here. So parents, please be proud of your culture. Be proud of your country. That is the only one. I lived in UK before I moved here. I was talking to elderly people because every time when I go to college, I pass those elderly. They always greet, and they said to me that you are so lucky because you have home. We don't. That people were Jamaican who have
Jamaican, African American.
Yeah.
Come on. Expand on that, Dada. We'll get hata kwa Kiswahili baadaye. Talk to us about that, please.
He said to me that you are so lucky. Look in this jail. It was near Manchester. All these people are there. They were Caribbeans, black Caribbeans. So that's how it is. He said our kids are doing crime because of because like in Denmark, they can't get a job. They are Jamaican, they are black, they have already been judged. So when they are doing crime, they go to jail. They can't take them to Caribbean. Where in Caribbean? So they said, we have no home. You people have home. You have to embrace it. Those elderly, they told me, I still remember today, that you have home. If people are doing bad things here, you can pack your bag and go back home to Africa. We don't.
Very, 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 very important. That's what our sister Chihombori Kwao was explaining as well, for those who know her from ADDI.
Yeah, I know her.
Like, she was talking to this African American lady as well. Same experience. And then that lady was saying, you are lucky people. You know where you come from. You know the place where you can call home. What about us? We only know that we are African, but where in Africa? Where in Africa? When we go to Kenya, they ask us for visa. They take us as alien foreigners. Tanzania, Congo, name all the continent of Africa. The place where we are supposed to be welcomed as home, they take us as foreigners, you know. And us who come from Africa, who know that I'm Tanzanian, I'm Congolese, I'm Burundian, we don't want to take that as an advantage. We push it and we say, I buy a house in Denmark and then I become a Den. You're stupid, aren't you?
Very stupidity.
Because as you're saying, even Americans, the American, they identify, they know, I am a British American, I'm an English American, I am a Danish American. They know that, so that if things go wrong in America, they can come back to Europe here.
To Europe,
Unless you
yeah.
hear even the names of American, most of them, maybe they are Danish, they're not Danish, they're German, they're not German, they keep their names even after many years. They still keep their names, their original names from their original countries. What do we do here? Nilikuwa naitwa Ruboneka. My name was Ruboneka when I come here. I trap all my names. I become Elijah Nielsen. I don't know Kipugani. And the whole name, you hear a child, my child, what is your name? The name of your child? His name is, I don't know, Britton Jefferson.
Yeah.
What is that? What is
It's
that?
not. We parents, we are the one who are supposed to keep our children, to keep our culture alive. We need to take them home. We need to show them, if you can't come to your country, you can at least come to a neighboring country, because Africa is Africa. Whenever you go, East Africa is nearly the same way. So you
exactly. Maybe you come from Congo, and Congo is not stable, you know.
No.
If you can't go and invest in Congo, go and invest in Tanzania.
You
go
can
and invest in Kenya. Go and invest in other, because see, when there was a war in Ukraine, you see how these people, they welcomed their own people here.
Yeah.
People, they didn't even need anything. Even in Africa, when I lived in Kenya myself for some years. You know, I was assimilated to Kenya. If I didn't tell you that I was not a Kenyan, you wouldn't accept. I remember sometimes traveling to Tanzania. I say, hey, Kiswahili wa Kenya bwana, wa Kenya huyu bwana. You know, going to some village, and even in the interior village, they were seeing me as their own. Traveling with one of my sisters in the church, calling me just our in-law, because there's no difference between me and them. But here, no matter what you do, no matter the passport, the papers, and the many years you've lived in this country, when you go outside there, they will still call you Okama.
A foreigner. Denmark is not ready. Yeah, it's
even
not
if
ready
it's
for
your third, fourth, 10th generation, they'll still tell them Okama Dufra.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, my sister. I really appreciate your time. We said on Saturday we'll be talking about a very interesting topic, which I think about this Madawa, when people are being tortured and all this stuff, and then you are sent to go and start taking this medication and stuff. We want to talk about that. Maybe people do not know about them. We'll combine them about the children who are taken from their parents, what happens to them. We have examples. I know of many children, all the people whose children were taken from them, all those children are on medication. I don't know if it's by default. I don't
they
know.
They get dumped when they are 18. No one will
they dump them to you again. They're useless, and they couldn't study, they couldn't do anything. You can't help them either. They become some animals. You can't relate to them anyway. So this is something we'll be talking about on Saturday. I'm repeating that if you need any question, any help in terms of integration and stuff, sister Celine, her names are there. Sister Celine is available to help you, is available to guide you, is available to give you some advice, so that you don't have to struggle as we struggled when we came here. Let me give my sister the last word as we conclude this. Maybe you had a final remarks that you want people to get. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Just what I want to tell you, my people, my friends from Africa, whatever you are, please embrace your culture. Please keep your identity. Please, of course, be integrated. Onyesha ushirikiano, as they say, but be you. Be you. Talk to our children. Ask them anything. Don't be mad to, to shout to them. Just talk to them slowly. They will just make them your friend. Then they will tell you so many things. So if you need some help, you need anything you want to hear, just contact me or write comment. Don't forget to like, to subscribe and comment. Then we can talk all the thing you want to know. But I'm here. Embrace your culture.
Kuna kitu ya mwisho ningetaka urudilie kwa Kiswahili, hiyo experience yako pale Uingereza na wale wenzetu ambao wanatoka kule Latin America na ile walichokuambia, hiyo experience yenye pia wa Amerika weusi wako nayo. Ningetaka kuzungumza kwa Kiswahili ni kwamba watazamaji wetu wakipata vipindi hiki waelewe kidogo hiki ambacho nitaikata pia kiasi.
Niongee kwa Kiswahili. Ni kwamba mimi nilicho experience ni kwamba nilikuja tuko kwenye party, nikakuta wafanyakazi wawili wa job center wanaongea kwamba wanahitaji wafanyakazi kwenye labor market. Hakuna wafanyakazi wengi, lakini hawako tayari kuchukua wafanyakazi kutoka Afrika kwa sababu sisi ngozi yetu tuko mbali sana na wao. Zamani walikuwa wanachukua sana wenzetu wa Middle East kwa sababu wana rangi sawa na wao. Baadaye wakaamua sasa, kwa sababu wale wamekuwa na hayo mambo ya terrorism na nini, wakaamua wachukue watu wa kutoka South America. Kwa hiyo ndo hali halisi iliyopo. Msitegemee kwamba hiyo elimu uliyokuwa nayo ni kwa sababu ya wananifanyia hivi, hawataki kunipa kazi. Ngozi yetu inachangia kikubwa sana kutukosesha kazi ambazo tunatakiwa tufanye. Kwa hiyo mimi ambacho naomba kuwaambieni, jamani, keep fighting. Usikate tamaa. Usikate tamaa. Kama nilivyosema, jini yetu ni iko strong. Sio watu wa kutudondosha. Kwa hiyo piganeni, lakini hali halisi ndio hivyo. Kutokana na ngozi tunawekwa huko.
Na kuna mwisho ningewaambia hawa ambao wanakataa kufanya kitu nyumbani, wamezani wameshafika hapa mpaka hawaoni umuhimu. Kulingana na hao wenzetu wa Latin America wenye wanasema walikuwa nakwambia uko na bahati ati unajua umetoka Tanzania, mambo yakiharibika hapo unaweza kurudi kule. Walipokuambia hivi ulijihisije wewe mwenyewe? Ulijiona kama kweli uko na bahati au uliona kama wewe?
Yani nimejiona nina bahati, nina kwetu. Wewe hakuna kitu kizuri kama kuwa na kwenu. Kuna kwenu. Mimi chochote kitakachofanyika hapa, ninabeba begi yangu, natupa hilo karatasi. Nina plan B, natupa karatasi, naenda kwetu. Nikifika kule pengine nalitia chooni, lakini mimi nina kwetu. Nikishaingia pale, mimi ni mtu wa pale. Hakuna mtu yeyote ambaye ataniondoa. Kwa hiyo kuweza kufanya kitu nyumbani ni muhimu. Wenye uwezo fanyeni, kwa sababu hata kama nyinyi wenye watoto, hawa watoto wakishafika miaka 18 hiyo pesa imepotea. Kwa hiyo unaweza ukakifanya kitu kwa sasa hivi, mkaendelea kuwapa watoto pesa kama inavyotakiwa, lakini wewe mwenyewe hiyo saving yako unaiweka, alafu unakwenda mwenyewe, unaenda unafanya kitu, unarudi. Unaweza ukaamua hata safari ngoja niende bila watoto. Kwa hiyo ukienda bila watoto utafanya kazi zaidi, lakini usisahau kama una uwezo wa kuchukua watoto, wachukue watoto, unaenda nao, lakini usisahau kufanya kitu nyumbani. Hiyo mimi ndio
tengenezee watoto, hata ukiondoka wakiamua kurudi kule wako na mahali pengine
wana mahali watafika.
Wana kitanda, wana kanyumba pale, hata kama ni kadogo, wenyewe wanaweza
kwao. Hawatalipa kodi, hawatalipa chochote, ni ya kwao. Kwa hiyo hicho naomba
kwamba mtu akisema hii nyumba ni yangu Afrika, hiyo nyumba
ni yake. Ni yake.
Hatuna madeni. Unaweza kulijenga pole ni kadogo namna hii, lakini ni yako. Hiyo shamba ni yako. Wengi hapa hata wenyeji wa nchi, manyumba zenye wako nazo ni za madeni. Mashamba yenye wako nayo ni ya madeni.
Ndio.
Ukipata mtu ambaye ako na nyumba yenye haina deni, haina nini, maybe ya ukoo.
Na ya ukoo sio rahisi, kwa sababu au gift ile ya kurithi, hiyo hela unayolipa ni nyingi. Kwa hiyo wengi wanauza wanachukua hela. Hakuna hiyo ya kusema eti amna, hauwezi kurithi nyumba ya baba yako hapa. Msidanganyane, ninawaambieni kabisa foreigners wenzangu.
Kwa sababu nasikia wengine wanasema nikikufa naachia watoto wangu.
Hakuna. Hawezi mtoto kuichukua nyumba, anatakiwa ailipie, wanaitwa au gift. Ni hela nyingi, bora kuuza hilo jumba.
Utaona bwana.
Na ukizikwa, kitu kingine niwaambie, ukifa ukizikwa lile kaburi mke wako au mme wako analilipia miaka yote anayoishi, sio bure.
Sasa niambie bana, ndio maana wanaamua kuchomwa, si ndio?
Ndio
ili kuzuia mambo ya kuwabebesha mzigo.
kulipia ardhi, unalipia ardhi.
Hakuna kitu kama na kile.
Hamna.
Ukikufa unaenda unazikwa, hiyo story tumesahau,
imeisha. Ya hapa unalipia kaburi.
Kwani watu wanajua hizi vitu?
Hawajui.
Nawaambia tegeni, kujeni hapa kusikiza hii maneno. And then kwa channel ya Celine Machundo Nilsson muende msikilize maneno haya. Hakuna mahali unaweza kupata uhondo kama na huu isipokuwa hapa kwenye Africa Rising. Mungu awabariki sana na Mungu awatendee mema. Asante sana tena dada yangu, na tukutane tena Jumamosi ijayo. Maybe tutaanza mara hiyo saa 6 kwa sababu naona kama sasa ni mapema kidogo. Tunawaomba kwamba sasa
mimi nitaenda kazini, tufanye tu mapema.
Tufanye mapema, okay, kwa sababu dada ataenda kazini, tunarudi kufanya kipindi asubuhi. Tutafanya tu lisali moja dakika 30 kwa Kiswahili na 30 kwa Kiingereza ili aende kazini kwa wakati. Mungu awabariki, muwe na siku
sana. Asanteni kwa kutusikiliza.
Asante sana.